Hello, this is Mark Krupp, and this video is about how to do in-depth keyword analysis. When you're looking for ideal keywords to write an article about, what you're looking for are words or phrases that lots of people are looking for on Google. At the same time, you're trying to find words that have a decent chance of getting on the first page of Google's search engine results. In many ways, searching for a good keyword is similar to trying to find the sweet spot when you're hitting a baseball. The faster the pitch, the farther the ball will potentially go if you hit it. Sticking with this analogy, if a keyword has a really high number of local searches, it has the potential to drive a lot of traffic to your website. Unfortunately, these keywords are also usually very competitive. As a result, if you're trying to rank for these keywords, it's really going to be a tough road. In most cases, you'll probably strike out because you're trying to compete against really high-ranking websites. There are, however, exceptions to the rule that keywords with high search numbers are hard to rank for. LongtailPro is an excellent tool to ferret out these low-competition keyword gems that are reasonably easy to rank for on Google.
So let's go into how I use this tool to find these keywords. In this example, I've generated a list of keywords on LongtailPro.com by putting in a number of seed words that are related to what I'm intending to write about. These are a list of the seed words I took from an article that I was writing about Amazon affiliate programs. And what you do is you take each seed word, you hit this button here, and you put it in here, and then you hit this add button. And after you can put in a list of as many as 10 seed words, and then you hit this generate keywords and fetch data button, and it generates your list. In most cases, it takes about 5 minutes, and what you'll end up getting, like for instance in this case, it generated a list of over 5,500 keywords. Now, after you've done that, you want to sort of narrow down your list, and there's several ways you can do that. You can look at just, for instance, the keywords related to this specific seed word, Amazon associate. You can alphabeticalize your list by just hitting this button here, and then hitting again, and it'll go from A to Z, and if you hit it again, it goes from Z to A. Now, you can also hit this button, and it'll arrange it from highest to lowest, and you can do it vice versa if you want. Now, LongtailPro gives you a number of other good tools to narrow down your list. One of them you can do is go up here to keywords here, and let's say, for instance, if I just want to find the keywords with the word Amazon in it, I can go and put Amazon, and then it generates just a list of keywords with that particular word that I put in there. Now I can even refine my results even more. For instance, I could go up here and I could look for keywords with the word Amazon in it that have at least 1,000 local searches, minimum, and then a maximum of, let's say, 2,000. And then it just generates a list with the word Amazon in it that have at least 1,000 and no more than 2,000 local searches. Now, another thing I like to do, and I'm going to go back to all keywords here, is I like to highlight words that might be good to use in my article. So I just hit this star button here, and that highlights it. If I click it again, it unhighlights it. Now I've gone through this, and I've already highlighted a bunch of keywords. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this up top here, and then it just shows me just the words that I highlighted with that star button. Now, what I want to do here is I'm trying to find those keywords that have lots of local searches, but then I also want to find keywords that aren't too competitive. Now, so what I first got to do here is I need to calculate average keyword competitiveness scores for the keywords with a decent number of local searches. You initiate calculation of the score by pressing in the average keyword competitiveness column here. And for instance here, if I want to just calculate the average keyword competitiveness for Amazon affiliate store, I just hit it right here and it starts calculating the score. In general, the best keywords would be those with average keyword competitiveness scores below 30. With these keywords, you have a decent chance of getting on the first page of Google if you write a page with good content containing this keyword. On the other hand, keywords with a score above 40 are going to be hard to rank for in Google search results. The next thing you want to do when you found a keyword with lots of potential is to do a more in-depth analysis. You initiate this by going up here and hitting this arrow right besides the keyword. Now what you get is the first page of Google search engine results for that particular keyword. Now when you're doing an in-depth analysis, one of the first items to check is how many pages in this list have exact match keywords in their titles and in their website address. So the keyword is Amazon affiliate marketing, and I see a number of sites here that don't have that exact match. Here's just Amazon, 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 Amazon affiliate. There's a few of them, but this gives me a lot of hope that there is some potential here. Domain authority is the next SEO measurement you should check out. Domain authority is a scoring system. It was developed by Moz, and it gives you a good estimate of how well a given domain is likely to rank in Google search engine results. This SEO measurement gives a domain rank of 1 to 100, with 0 being really low and 100 being the highest you can get. Since the scoring system for Moz domain authority is logarithmic, the difficulty of ranking gets harder by multiples as your domain progresses up through the ranks. For example, it's a lot easier to grow your domain authority score from 20 to 30 than it is to grow it from 70 to 80. Now, if you encounter a bunch of pages in Google's first page results that have domains with domain authority scores of 10 or less, you know you're going to have a really easy time ranking for this keyword. Now if you find a bunch of sites with domain authority scores ranging between 11 and 20, they're still below average, and you're going to still have a fairly easy time of it ranking against them. You'll still have a decent chance of ranking if you find sites that have domain authorities of below 30. Once you get above 30, it's going to get a lot more difficult to rank against them, especially if they have a fairly new website. So let's look at this here. It's going to get a little rough here because you've got some really high domain authority scores. You do have one that's 32, so you might have a chance it's going to get a little rough. Now, another SEO metric you should evaluate when you're doing an in-depth competitive analysis is Moz rank. Now, Moz rank scores are based on the number and quality of links pointing to that particular page here, and that's right here. Now, pages that have a Moz rank score that's less than 3 have a weak link profile, and we have mostly pretty high ones here. Average sites have Moz ranks that are between 3 and 5, and pages that have a Moz rank score that's higher than 5 will usually be difficult to rank for. So, you got a couple with, in the 3s and 4s. This is starting to look a little rough for this particular keyword here. Now, another important SEO metric you're going to want to really look at when you're doing an in-depth competitive analysis is Moz page authority. This measurement predicts how well a specific page will rank on Google search engines. Now, with page authority scores, it ranges from 0 to 100. It's logarithmic, and so it's easier to increase your page authority from, like, say, 20 to 30 than it would be from 70 to 80. And now the average, home pages, usually your Moz page authorities range between, like, say, 45 and 50. And in an ideal world here, you would find, in your list of pages in the first page results of Google, they would be, a bunch of them would be below 30. If you found that, it would be really easy to rank against them. Unfortunately, in this case, it's not. You got maybe 2 of them here that fit that criteria. Now, every once in a while, you're gonna run into a page with a Moz page authority of 1. Now, this usually means that Moz hasn't yet calculated a page authority score for this page. Now, if you find a score of 1 here, the best way to get an estimate would be to take the website's domain authority and just divide it by 2. Now, another SEO metric you should check when you're doing an in-depth analysis is the site age. It's right over here. And you know, I'm assuming that you have a brand new site, and Google unfortunately uses site age to rank websites. So, you know, if you start seeing average site ages of 8.9 and higher and so on, it's going to get a little rough here. I only see one website, and that's 3.4 years old. I mean, if you got a brand new website, this is going to make it a little rougher to rank for this particular keyword. So that's basically how I do an in-depth analysis of my keywords. And basically, I have found that this program, this LongtailPro.com, especially the Platinum version, has been really helpful in doing this task. Unfortunately, you have to have the Platinum version to do the average keyword competitiveness scores, and I really need that score because I want to know right away, you know, whether to even bother with that keyword. And when I find something that has some potential, then I go and do my in-depth analysis. It just saves me time. And so that's basically how I do it. And I hope your writing goes well and you score on the first page of Google. Talk to you later.
If you want more detailed information about how to do an in-depth competitor keyword analysis in order to get first page Google ranking for your article, I would recommend clicking on the link in the description that's below this movie.